Hello everybody and welcome. I'm No02 and thank you for watching this video. This is a continuation of our Act 2 No Hope solo playthrough. Alright, I'm using the same deck that I used before for Doc, the sort of like team support build, right? But we're mostly focused on being able to deal with all the problems of Act 2. The description for this deck will be, the deck link, the video for this deck will be in the description of this video. Hoorah! Now, I did make a mistake, though. This is not the original run that was going on. I played through Pipe Cleaners with that run. I beat Pipe Cleaners and didn't record it. So I'm gonna just, for the sake of the video and the guide to play through here, I'm gonna play through it with a fresh load, and then in the next video we'll continue on to that run per usual. So, I'm going to pick up the Uzi here. Uzi's got a blue extended magazine, which is quite nice. I also wanted to note that I have a toolkit here. We have all of our normal stuff, extra grenades, whatever. But I do recommend having a toolkit for this particular map, because the toolkit room is quite good as far as dealing with that particular section, especially if the bots are dead. Being able to deal with that part of the map is really nice with the toolkit, because going through that tunnel is a pain in the butt. For the most part, all of my original walkthrough videos for all these maps that I did during my Nightmare playthroughs, all that stuff is still accurate, still viable for the most part. So if you're looking for extra tips and tricks for this particular map, then feel free to check out that walkthrough video. Oh, the door. Oh, the door. But yeah, so I like the toolkit, which means that potentially running like the burn card, Slippery When Wet, could be a viable burn card for this map. If you are gonna run the toolkit, you want to maintain your solo clutch capabilities. But like I said before, I won't be making any of my decks around the idea of having to use burn cards, nor will I be using them. Because I don't want to give the impression that you need to have burn cards in order to find success in no hope mode. But of course, you don't need to hold yourself to such a standard, because burn cards can make it much easier.
Perfect.
But like Slippery When Wet is one of those cards that I think doesn't find a tremendous amount of value a lot of the times. But this is one of those maps where it can be really clutch to have. And I also don't have pipe bombs. I know this is a map where people are commonly using pipe bombs to deal with this first gate. I'm going to show you that you can just do it with grenades, no big deal. It's one of the reasons why we have Fire in the Hole in the deck. It's a critical card, and allowing us to get through that part of the mission super easy. And still keep the bots relatively safe and alive. The path I took was also very specific here, where I walked the outside first instead of going down the center, just to give us the longest line of sights possible on all of the angles of danger. You so tactical. I go over it more specifically in my walkthrough video here. And if you have a timed horde like I do here, it's always best to let this horde timer trigger, and then trigger our map horde event here. AI-12 is quite nice. So we're gonna wait 20 seconds here to get that final bit. Get out of there, Evangelo. It's a trap. It's a trap, Evangelo. Okay. I'm gonna wait. And so what I'm gonna do here is very specific. Very specific. I also talk about it in the walkthrough here. We'll go straight down. I thought he was done vomiting here. And we're going to hang out right here on the right side. We'll shoot some of these guys that are pushing through, but then we're going to pull out our grenade and just throw it. And then hug the right wall. You can do this left or right. I prefer right because it feels like you get longer line of sights on what's going on here. But left or right works. Right is also closer to the Right is also closer to the slide that we're going to be taking here. And I recommend loot, minimum loot here. Just force your way through. Right, just force your way through to the slide and get out of here as quickly as possible. It's a horrible place to linger. Left or right? Left does have an opportunity for a hive to spawn right there, but I prefer right. Just because, so if you can hear or see the hive, feel free to go for it, right? I prefer the right side because the sleeper spawns right here as opposed to underneath the waterfall. Or on the left side, the sleeper spawns underneath the waterfall, so the first person down needs to do like a 360 no-scope if the sleeper spawns there. Also, the second sleeper that spawns on the right side here is almost always right here.
Let's get you back on your That'll teach you.
I just find the right side to be clean. Also, too, on the left side, this is all mucked up. Like, this is all goopy on the left side. So I actually think you have slightly wider hallways on the right side here than you would on the left side. But it's really just personal preference, left or right. Alright, sort of like the Twix thing. But yeah, it's sort of like the Twix thing. Go for a 2-for-1 maybe. We're really hoping for not Breaker as our boss.
Perfect.
Pinata triggering. Awesome. Quick peek here for loot. But I've come to find that for the most part, taking the hive out is almost always a good choice. There is the risk of getting a really crappy hive and dying in the hive against a breaker and a bad spot or things like that. But the opportunity for extra loot and, like, you know, the fact that you get more copper in between the missions. I'm trying to get to this ladder room here for the Horde event, but not open up the door. If we open up this door, then behind us becomes a potential direction that zombies can spawn from. So we'll leave this behind us to keep it a nice solid wall.
What's up with that?
And all we need to do now is watch the stairs, watch the ladder, or our bots jump to the death.
It's locked tight.
The bots are so wiggly now. The bots are definitely better than they have been in the past, but they're so wiggly. They get their friendly fire machines. They love to jump in front of you here. But this is why we have the toolkit. I do not like walking down this hallway. It's not too bad with players because you can split it 50-50, but in solo it can be a real pain in the butt. Your runs can die in that hallway below us here.
Maybe use the first aid cabinet.
Being the med cabinet. Ooh, we got a stun gun. We got rewarded. We'll throw that. Who cares?
There.
Wonder if we have Breaker.
Anyone need this?
We might want that flashbang here. See if we can trigger Breaker. Where's our boss? There he is. There he is.
Got a feeling things are gonna get up.
I guess we'll fight him in here. Well, we can potentially cover. Potentially cover one of our exits here with the Molotov, and we can flashbang the Breaker to prevent the Horde. Oh crap! It lagged! It lagged when he was roaring! Okay. One little trick that we can do here, because we do have access to... We do have access to a healing cabinet. That we need to down the bots. But they're not wanting to die. I wanted to down all three of the bots to get the bonus, to get the Avenge the Fallen damage boost so that our grenades can go potentially nuclear on the breaker. That was scary. Were you worried? I was a little worried there.
I owe you one.
I was actually a lot worried there. That was not going according to plan. But the nice thing about
There's a first aid
potentially
cabinet
going
here.
for toolkit rooms, even though I don't normally do it, is that we can do cheesy strats where we can down our bots and turn our grenades into nuclear weapons of
First aid
destruction.
cabinet.
Okay, Evangelo doesn't want to heal. He's tough. But we're gonna heal. There's no reason not to here.
That's mine.
Hello? It looked like I felt like they teleported in front of me. What was that?
Raiden inbound. What's my back?
Oh, it's a good flash. Good flash from Charisse. We sort of just need to trust the bots one way or another that they're going to look one of the directions for the most part. Why not? Okay, we did it. We did it. Yeah, I think the thing to take away from that is don't miss your flashbang. Don't miss your flashbang. I swear it lagged. I swear. Hopefully it shows up in the video, right? For my pride. But also, too, if you're desperate, low on grenades, don't have the grenade damage that you need or want, like blue or purple, you can down your bots to trigger Avenge the Fallen and just squeeze out as much damage as possible that way. Now for here, I just dodge all this. I've never been hit by that sweeper, though. It will shoot from down there. Very specific spot. Same thing in the walkthrough that I talked about before.
God, they stink.
Is that there's a very easy and short infinite loop here. Ridden do not climb up this right here. They don't climb up this. But we can. But we just hang out right here. We let the bots do their thing now. The bots are living their best life. As you can see, nothing will climb up right there. Now, the bots don't like being up here with us, but that's okay. I think just like the zombies, the bots are a little confused about where we are exactly for some reason. Anything good over there? More pain pills? I usually don't worry too much about looting this area. If things are going well, you're feeling confident, feel free to loot. There's no big deal. But for the most part, this gate only takes about 30 seconds or so. Hello. And then you just go for it. And that's pipe cleaners. And of course, there's some earlier hives that make this mission even easier. Feel free to take them. Feel free to take them, and hope you don't get the breaker. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the future.